Hi, this is Becky Nunn. I'd like to show you in this episode how you can add additional holes to the Nunn Design Flat Tag so that you can link them together. So I will need to have 2 more holes on this if I wanted to link that together to make a bracelet, or if I wanted to add some holes on these pieces right here and here so that I could link these 2 pieces together. So it's a fairly easy process, so let me show you how you can do that. The first step is you're going to want to get your flat tags out and with a Sharpie marker indicate where you want to have the holes to be. So here's with a Sharpie marker, I just went ahead and put small little dots. I lined up where the pieces were going to connect, made sure that they were centered, and that the indications here were completely centered on the piece so that I'm very clear on where I want my holes to be. Once you have your pieces marked, you'll want to use a 1.8 millimeter punch. I like this one because it creates big enough holes to fit a lot of the really fat jump rings in. And when you punch with this, it tends to mark the tags. So let me show you on this one. It can create a little halo effect. It is punched directly without any kind of barrier. Let me show you. You can see that it creates this little halo look right here. So to prevent this from happening, what I like to do is take a little piece of the cardstock and cut a small square off. I'm just using one of my business cards. And just towards the top of the card so I can sort of see when I line my tag up. Now I have a nice little barrier where that card is going to be. Alright, I'm going to take that off for this first step, put that aside. When I'm first starting to punch the pieces, I like to be able to see where exactly that hole is going to be. So my first step is I'm going to I'm going to line it up as best as I can, and I'm going to slightly press this together so that I get a very small dent. So you can see that I want to have that dent there so that when I go ahead and place this back into position, it's fairly easy for me to line that up. I can just drop that tip right into that groove and then I can punch. Lining it up, punching, just twist back and forth, and now you have a nice hole. If for whatever reason you had any kind of marring on the back side, if you had some like spur or something like that, you can use a pair of flush cutters to just gently trim that away. When you put the jump ring in and it goes back and forth, it'll also help loosen that up. If for whatever reason you have any kind of black mark where you don't want it, take a little bit of rubbing alcohol, dip a Q-tip in there and just rub that off. So that's how you create additional holes into the piece.